Welcome, everyone.
What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just still trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes. What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just still trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes.
The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our World Cup Survivor Pool. $25 entry. You want to take all at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really raw, villain raw, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Got a couple of games tonight that we're going to talk about really quickly at the top. And then we're going to get to the reason that we're all here. Whoa, whoops, misclick. And then we're going to get to the reason we're all here. 4-game slate in the WNBA. Scott Studio Reichel here to break it all down. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, good to be back. Some interesting games taking place on Thursday, so looking forward to it.
Yep, Commissioner's Cup still rolling on here in the W. We got a few more games left there. Not going to waste anybody's time. We're going to get to the business of why we are all here. But first, I got to make sure I remind everybody that the World Cup Gambling Podcast took over for the Premier League Gambling Podcast. And so go check out their World Cup previews right now. My guy Malcolm handling business over there, group previews and daily picks for the World Cup. And they have a World Cup Survivor Pool going on. $25 entry. Winner take all. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. Get in for that promo. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. Use that promo code SGPN for $20 in quick pick entries. No deposit required. All right, Scott. First game up in the W tonight is going down. If you're listening right now or you caught it before the game, you've got the Connecticut Sun on the road going to play Toronto Tempo. Tempo are laying 8.5. 167.5 is the total in that one. Injury report for these two teams, and we have for the Connecticut Sun, well, the person everybody wants to know and talk about is Brittany Griner. She is out with the rib injury for this game. She's not playing. Haley Van Leith and Anissa Morrow are both also not playing in this game. We've got Kiki Rice out with that ankle injury for the Tempo, and Time Fekbile is out as well. So, I mean, Connecticut has been competitive in the past couple of games. They've still been losses, but they've been competitive losses. However, you still got the Brittany Griner's not here situation, and you're missing Anissa Morrow in that last game as well. So, like, you're still dealing with her. And they found a way to be competitive. Aaliyah Edwards had 15 against the Liberty. 0-0. Olivia Nelson-Ododa, she had 15 against the Liberty. She went perfect from the field, by the way, Scott. But I mean, Connecticut hasn't been dead recently. That's what I will say about Connecticut. Toronto's still laying a pretty big number here, 8.5. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to ask you, do you like Toronto? I know we're anti-Connecticut, and this team we think is the worst team in the league. But at the same point, you said they've been a bit more competitive. Do you think Toronto's decent? Because I think we'd agree both expansion teams are, I'd say, average or maybe slightly below it. But I think Toronto's fine.
Yeah. I think that's the way that I would describe the Temple. I think they're fine. I don't think that they do anything like remarkably well, but I don't think that they're like tanking this in bottom of the league. They lose to the teams that have a winning record and are really tough to beat, and they beat the teams that suck, like the Seattle Storm that the Temple beat 93-72, or this Connecticut Sun team, honestly.
I think that's kind of my point, is that I think I'm going to go with the tempo here because, as you said, they beat the teams they should beat and they lose to the teams that are better than them. And Connecticut stinks. Now, Connecticut, as you said, was more competitive recently. Griner, I really don't care much about. I understand that she was a big name that they got during the offseason, but I think she's well past her prime at this point. She can still give you like 15, but I think we'd agree defensively it has not been great for the season. Morrow's the big one for me because Morrow's been great. I think Morrow's their best player. So I question the front court in this matchup. Now, Toronto's front court, you can argue, isn't that great either. But Toronto's front court's better than this, whatever this is going to be for Connecticut in this game. So I'm on Toronto at home. I think that they can run this team out of the building. But you're looking at Rice, of course, big injury. Still like, of course, Mabry, and they still have Sykes, and they still have other players who can definitely dominate against a pretty bad Connecticut defense. But I'll go with Toronto here because I think Connecticut without Morrow is really just even worse than we've seen, and they're the worst team in the league. So I'm fine with fading Connecticut. It would be Toronto or pass in this game.
So Toronto has mustered up the fourth best offense in terms of points per game currently in the WNBA. Connecticut, we know their defense is horrible. The Los Angeles Sparks are the only team that is worse than them in defensively. And so I think that the major issue is because there's no like solidified rim protection, nothing. So they can guard out on the perimeter pretty decently, but like getting the ball inside is really, really easy for a lot of teams, and they just continue to put up point after point after point against this Connecticut Sun team. Whereas Toronto, that's how they like to score their offense. Toronto's not even trying to really honestly shoot a bunch of threes. Like they want to get to their spots, they want to get inside the paint, and they want to be able and score quickly and efficiently. And so that's what makes me really, really nervous for the Connecticut Sun in this game. I think a Toronto team total over feels like a pretty good spot. Maybe Connecticut's offense decides to show up. I wouldn't bet on it. Scoring 76.2 points per game. Like I'm on Toronto. I think Toronto can score. I think this is probably one of those games where it's like Sykes and Mabry score rather easily against this Sun team, and then it just kind of dissolves from there, and it gets ugly before it even really starts here for Connecticut. I just think that Toronto is going to be able to score, and I'm not certain that Connecticut has the offense to keep up. So I'll lay the 8.5. Feels pretty chalk for tonight, but yeah,
I feel the same way.
Do you feel any differently on the total? Like, I just think that Toronto.
I think it would be Toronto team total over, but I'm not sure if Connecticut can actually score in general. So I think team total is probably the way to go. But I think Toronto could rout them.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, 8.5 is a pretty large number. Nice little quick 1-2 there. Sparks on the road going to play the Seattle Storm. Seattle's catching 7.5 here at home. 169.5 is the total injury report. And we have for both of these two teams, looks like Nobody on the injury report for the Sparks. And yeah, same injury report for the Seattle Storm as he's out. Well, I mean, how far does this Sparks fade want to go? I mean, if there's a team that they can like actually cover the number against, you would think it would be the Seattle Storm team. I mean, are you willing to lay 7.5 with Sparks?
Probably not. I'm not going to bet this game. I have no interest at all, but I think it would be storm or pass for me. I get the Sparks are healthy, and I understand that, of course, Plum is the best scorer on the court in this game. But do I think that Pham and Malonga can actually do okay against Hamby and Agumake? Sure. I think they can actually kind of hold their own a bit. Magor being out still, hurts, but the guard play is concerning for Seattle. I mean, it is what it is. You have Wheeler, Plum, and Atkins versus Heidemann, Horston, and Johnson. So, yes, that's, I think, the main area for success for the Sparks in this game. But I think it's a lot of points for a road team, and I don't even like them at home. I think the Sparks are a defense that can definitely give up a bunch of points to anybody. Offensively, they're solid. But we thought going into the year they'd be a really bad defensive team, and nothing has changed. So based on that, I'm probably not going to bet this game, but I didn't mind the over in general. I think the Sparks should be, I'd say, exempt from any totals in the 160s for the entire season because I just don't trust them to play enough defense to have games land in the 160s. I think it should be 170 plus minimum. So it would be over as my favorite play here, but I guess I'll go Seattle plus the points at home. I get Seattle's not good, but I don't think the Sparks are good either. And I know you agree with me on that. So instead, give me the over. I'll dare either team to play defense.
I mean, I know the Sparks have the worst defense in the league at 9.
And we knew going in like they were going to be a really bad defensive team.
But like, okay, Malonga. I don't know. I don't know. I just think like Malonga can't do it all herself. Like the Sparks are going to go score theirs. I get Seattle's not horrible defensively, but I think the Sparks are going to get theirs. Like I think that offense and just how it runs and the pace that they want to push at, like they're just going to continuously be able to score.
That's why I prefer the over, because in theory, if the Sparks end up covering this number, they can score 90.
Yeah, no, I like the overplay.
So
I like the overplay. I just think it's over because the Sparks put up a high total, but like I don't think that it's over because I don't think it's just because like the Sparks are that bad. I understand the Sparks are that bad, but like this Seattle team can't score. Like without Malonga, they cannot score. Like it's really, really bad at times. And so I'd rather go. I'll lay it with the Sparks, actually. I'll take the Sparks laying 7.5.
right.
This is the spot. This is the team.
Yeah.
This is the team that they beat up on.
I'll disagree, but I'm not going to bet the side either way. I'm probably not going to bet this
Understood.
game either way, but the Sparks should have 0 totals in the 160s. Like this number just feels too low.
Yeah, no. Any total in the 160 for the Sparks is too low. I agree. All right. Well, there you go. That's a quick look at tonight's slate. We'll get to the actual Thursday games and the reasons a lot of people are listening to this right now. But first, I got to make sure I talk to you about Kalshi. Giving away $1 million. All you have to do is pick the winner of the World Cup. That's it. Pick the winner of the World Cup, and you could split the pot with all the other winners. Plus, you'll get a shot at winning tickets to the World Cup finals. No trade necessary to enter. So just head over there to Kalshi. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use that promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the official data tool for dominating NBA. You know that. WNBA, you know that too. MLB as golf, yes. And then the World Cup as well. Go tap in with Rhythm right now. Lock in for the World Cup. Dominate the books. Get a 7-day free trial. Sell their models or build your own models and use that promo code SGPN when you download Rhythm. Download Rhythm, 25% off your first month. All you got to do is use that promo code SGPN. All right. Thursday. Well, this game was like more exciting, in other years. Kind of. Chicago Sky are on the road going to play the Indiana Fever. Fever laying 9.5. 172.5 is the total. Injury report. And we have Matty Westfield out, Kubali out, Vandersloot out. We know that. Dejan Carrington out. We knew that. Okay, so we knew all those people were out for Chicago. Bree Hall. What's that? Passat. Both out. Okay. Relatively, we understood a lot of these people were out on both of these two teams.
Indiana's played better lately, kind of.
They have, but like, I mean, is it anything to like you feel confident just saying, "Oh yeah, Indiana's going to win by double digits"?
No, not at all. But they have been playing better. I have to at least acknowledge it. I mean, then again, Caitlin had the game-winning three-pointer.
I guess the Mystics.
Really stupid steal attempt. I don't really know the angle there, but whatever. I mean, that's a wide open look. But they played the Liberty a bit tough. They ended up falling apart down the stretch. But I think it really comes down to Chicago, actually, because it comes down to where you power rank them. Because once Ricky got injured, this team has been awful. And the argument would be, even if you're not the biggest Indiana fan, if Indiana's going to score points, and we think they are, I'm not sure Chicago is going to score points. And we've seen over the last couple of weeks, they've been one of the worst teams in the entire league. So even though Indiana, I think, has been better, and even though we're probably both not the biggest fans of Indiana still, do I think Chicago is atrocious? They might be. So I understand why
they might be.
They might be, Like, it is what it is. Like, I think Chicago stinks. So I guess I am on Indiana, but do I like this team? Not really. I mean, they're clearly better than Chicago by a couple of tiers. Like, Chicago's a mess.
I mean, they played the Dream tough.
Before the last couple of, like, the fourth quarter, but yes. Eventually, Angel destroyed them, but yes. What did Angel have again? 17 and 17?
Yep. 4 assists to go along with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cardoso and Aaliyah probably kind of cancel each other out here.
I think Aaliyah would do a bit more. I just question how Cardoso is going to play defense, playing at the pace that Indiana wants to play at. Isn't Indiana just going to burn her in transition the entire game?
Yeah, but like Chicago can kind of like play with that too a little bit. And I mean, as long as Camilla can keep up, and Azare as a stretch 4, I think probably is shoot a bunch in this game. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel confident in Indiana just saying that, oh yeah, the Indiana Fever are gonna go win by double digits, especially after it took a Caitlin Clark game winner for them to beat the Mystics. Like,
they blew a decent lead in that game too.
Like, how are we? There's no way we're just saying that the Mystics aren't good. We know the Mystics aren't good, right? They're not good.
They're not very good. I mean, the question is, do you think they're better than Chicago? And the answer is probably yes at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree. I guess. All right, maybe we can.
It comes down to Chicago. I mean, Chicago's been really bad.
I know Chicago sucks. They do.
So it's a good test for us, though, like with Indiana moving forward, because if they don't blow out Chicago, then we're just never laying like double digits with this team like ever.
That's what we said the last time we took Indiana, man. I feel like what game was that? What was the game where we said, oh yeah, Indiana, if they don't do this, then I mean we know we can't trust Indiana again. It feel like it's been multiple times. Like, fine. This is the last time. I'm not playing the drop. Take Indiana, laying 9.5.
I like the over.
Chicago does suck. Like, Chicago really does suck.
Yeah. I'm on the over.
This is how we recoup the losses from the Chicago futures, by just fading them constantly throughout the year. Oh, I'm be pissed at Indiana. I'm not gonna lie. And they need the points. they have a loss to the Liberty. Yeah, they lost to the Liberty, and they need the points. So, all right, Indiana laying 9.5. They're at home. 171.5 is total.
I'll go over.
Over.
I mean, I think Indiana wins comfortably. So I'm kind of treating it like how you treated the Sparks game, where I just think that they can score 90 and name the score.
I'm concerned that Chicago might not score enough on their part. Maybe we look one side of this.
You mean like a team total?
Wow, Indiana really is giving up 85 points per game.
Well, some of that was front loaded. They've been a little bit better lately, but yeah. Because they gave up like 100 plus to Dallas, and they had another crazy game against the Mystics that went to overtime. Like, they had a couple,
and they held the Drain to 71. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
they might be slightly better. Oh yeah, it was that game against the Fire, man. Like, what was going on there? You gotta, man. See, when they first of all, quick side note. I don't think that Caitlin Clark with this Fever team in the playoffs is going to be scary at all, because clearly they're going to go back to that Fire game and they're going to realize, yeah, the game may be fun and all, but when the fourth quarter happens, we're going to headhunt Clark. And then that's pretty much how they're going to lose a bunch of their games. Like, she has to do something better defensively. Sorry, I saw the Fire game and I had to think about that. I didn't get that out, but like, remember this about me saying that this Fever team might not be good in the playoffs. Yeah. All right. Fever. Yeah, over. All right. What's next? We've got the Atlanta Dream hosting our Liberty.
It's easily the game of the card.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Dream laying 2.5 here. 163.5 is the total. I have to say, let me double check my standings just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure, yep. The winner of this game is almost a guaranteed lock to go to the finals of the Commissioner Cup with the points differential and the fact that just overall they have both easy games left. After this, the Liberty get the Mystics at home and then at Chicago. And then after this, the Atlanta Dream have the Tempo actually is kind of a pretty decent game, actually. So maybe the Tempo is a little bit better, but like, I still feel very confident about the Atlanta Dream on the road at Tempo and still getting a win there. So this is a very, very important game for the Commissioner's Cup. It seems like this could be the game that decides who actually goes to the finals, which we pretty much forecasted as well, by the way. Jackwell Jones is a questionable with an illness. And Sabrina Ionescu is still out. I don't think I have any other updates from that than that. But let me check around again. Yes, she is out for Thursday officially. That actually came in 1 second ago. Take away the Jackwell Jones. Yeah, that actually came in literally a minute ago. Appreciate that. Take away the Jackwell Jones questionable tag. She's not on the injury report. She's a full go. Very, very big game here. If we go by our preseason preview, we said the Liberty weren't going to be ready for this moment. Atlanta was going to be able to get it done. Atlanta goes to the finals. Is there anything changing your mind from that right now?
Not really.
Okay.
What do you think of the Liberty? I think the Liberty are fine. Like, they're 8-4. They've started to play better recently, but I don't know if they've beaten many good teams.
And they really let the Connecticut Sun hang around that last game.
The Sun hung around. I mean, they barely played anybody, though. Like, they were missing half the team. They beat Indiana. That's a good win. Beat Toronto, which I guess is a better win than people thought. The Mercury stink. They won back-to-back games. They lost to Portland. They lost to Dallas. They lost to the Valkyries, all at home. They're 1-2 against Portland. But the wins they have, they beat Connecticut. They beat Washington. They beat Phoenix twice. Toronto. Indiana's the best win they have, arguably. And Connecticut. So they haven't beaten any of the elite teams yet so far this season. So I still don't know how good this team actually is. I still think they're flawed. Ionescu, we know how important she is to this team, and she's out. They needed John Quell, though, for the actual rebounding because Angel might dominate the glass in this game. But I got to go Atlanta. They're at home, and the Liberty have not beaten really any good teams all year besides the Fever, and we're lower on the Fever than most people. But in terms of the top 3 teams in the league, they haven't beaten any of them. So I'm on Atlanta at home in this game.
All right.
I'm assuming you co-sign.
Oh, dude, I'm not switching up on the dream right now. I've had a dream agenda for a large part of this, a large part of the off season and the early part of this season, and they've let me down a couple times, but like it's still very much still intact. I think they do handle business here. I think they'll be so much better when Bree Jones is back, which is very, very dangerous. Like Bree Jones not being back for the Dream and Collier still being out for Minnesota, we might have just named finals matchup right there. Unless the Aces decide to do it again. But what I have to say is I'm very, very impressed with both of these two teams. I think the rebounding still leans to the Dream side of ball. And I think that's going to be a large part of what's going to frustrate the New York Liberty in this game, with the fact of the offensive rebounds that Angel's going to go out there and force up. We'll see if there's going to be some friction between Angel and Jacquel Jones. Those are two hot-headed, fiery competitors going down, battling down low, and they're going to be battling all night. So, yeah, I'm still on Dream. I think Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, I think they have a nice matchup here where they're going to really, really challenge Phoebich and the rest of that Liberty defense. And Liberty actually have been a lot better with Phoebich in the lineup. So I don't think this is going to be going away Dream, but I'll take the Dream. I'll keep it going and say that they figure it out at home.
All right, I agree.
Total is set at 163.5.
I'll go under. It's an important game. We said before the winner probably makes it to the Commissioner's Cup final. I think we get a low-scoring game.
Both these two teams top 5 in defense in the W as well. So I'm here as well. I agree. I think it is a little bit rather low scoring, maybe a little bit less scoring than I would even want for a matchup like this. It might be some ugly offense, but it's going to be a good game. All right. Let's see here. Let's talk about the Phoenix Mercury's, whose season is absolutely not going the way they thought it was going to go. On the road, going to play Dallas Wings. Wings are laying 4.5 at home. 169.5 is the total in that one. Let's see, any Wings players pop up on this injury report that just came out? Nope. All right.
I mean, I'm not taking Phoenix. I think this team stinks. Am I missing something? I know that they were somewhat competitive against the Valkyries last game, but they trailed for almost the entire game. I feel like the final score was closer than the game actually was.
I will say that these 3 games that they have played, albeit one was against the Storm, and then you had a game against the Fire, and then, my Valkyries. These are probably the 3 best games of basketball that they played all season.
And they beat the Fire. That was a good win because they were missing AT and Copper in that game, and they still found a way to win.
And so, I mean, at the end of the night, if Phoenix either lost a close game or won this outright, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think I would be shocked. I think it would just remind me that Dallas is not as good, not as good as we want them to be.
Mm.
They're 3 games above 500. It's a little, a little bit on a high right now. They definitely got knocked down to size against that game against the Lynx.
That was a
And
bloodbath.
and it's just, it's tiers and it's levels to being good. And the Lynx are up here and Dallas is like right here. And the Lynx make sure they know they were down there.
Can you argue, though, the game against the Lynx was actually a good thing for the Wings in this spot because they got destroyed?
Yeah,
and now
nice
they're going to be
bounce
able
back
to
spot.
come out and just bury this bad team?
Yeah, nice bounce back spot. It is. And Phoenix has been playing pretty bad ball. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think I'm just trying to decide which side I would like to actually just stamp. I mean, I guess I'll lay it with Dallas, but I just don't think I don't think it's out of the question that Phoenix would be in this game. And if Phoenix was in the game and we were waiting at the end for Dallas to cover the number and they did, I wouldn't be shocked. Really wouldn't. I don't think the Dallas Wings, I don't think they're as good as their record says, but I'll go with Dallas. I'll lay it with Dallas.
I'll go with Dallas, too. I think Helms kind of made the point that I was going to make. He was saying the Valkyries can go into spurts where they can't really score. Watching that with the Fire offense was terrible. Phoenix won the game because the Fire could not score points. They didn't play well offensively, but of course they were missing their 2 best players in that game. But the point is, Phoenix has been competitive, but I still don't think the offense is that great. Defensively, we know they give up a ton of 3-pointers, and Dallas can definitely exploit them on that. It's the scoring depth for me. Phoenix just does not have as many players as Dallas that can put the ball in the basket. Dallas does run, you could argue, even 8 deep. They have a lot of people who can come in and just give you buckets. And I think that this is definitely a spot where I would consider the Wings because I'm not sure the Mercury get enough stops to actually keep this game close. And I don't trust them to score enough to keep this game close. So I think Dallas might rout them. I think it's a good bounce back spot. They got buried by Minnesota, who is an absolute freight train right now. Miles is just so damn good at basketball. But anyway, point is that the Wings, I still think, are solid. The Mercury we've seen as one of the worst teams in the league so far this season. They're not Connecticut. It could be worse. But I think Dallas, after getting embarrassed in that game, returning home this time around, I think they make it, I'd say, a comfortable win for Dallas. I'll go Wings here. I think they win this game by double digits.
All right. We both agree, though. We do. All right. Wings laying 4.5. 169.5 was total. I trust the Wings score.
So do I. I prefer the team total for the Wings.
Yep. It's Wings team total over. And before we get to the last game on the slate, gotta talk to the people about Underdog. Hey, if the U.S. men's national team wins it all, Underdog is giving away $25 million to users who played during the Cup. That means 25 people will walk away each with $1 million. Everyone who makes at least one entry on Underdog through the end of the Cup is entered. No opt-in, no strings. Just make your picks and get in on the action. So you need to go ahead and go do that. You need to do that ASAP. Make sure you lock in because it starts tomorrow. Underdog. Brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you use that sign-up code NBA SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Circa. They have the greatest NFL handicapping contest because $30 million is up for grabs and prizes. $20 million for Circa Survivor, $6 million for Circa Million, and $4 million for Grandissimo. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with our proxy. And Circa Sportsbook also takes Bitcoin now, so make sure you go check them out. Footballcontest.com/prox. I'm sorry, footballcontest.com, and use that promo code SGPN to get $50 off your proxy fees, and you get 15% off your stay at the Circa with promo code SGP15. That's SGP15 for contest weekend. Make sure you go ahead and go check that out. Again, 15% off your stay at Circa with SGP15. All right. Las Vegas Aces are on the road going to play the Portland Fire. Aces are laying 9.5. 172.5 is the total. I don't have anything for an injury report for the Aces. All right.
Any updated thoughts on the Fire?
Not really.
I think they overachieved a bit early and they've regressed, but they're still not bad. That's kind of where I'm at.
I just think I think that it's a significant gap between them and like the good teams of the league. But
Correct.
like they're not horrible. Like they're not, the Connecticut Sun or like
That
even
Mercury
Seattle.
loss was pretty rough, to be honest. But the offense can get very, very ugly at times for them.
Yeah, like I think that that's really their problem. Like they can't play good enough defense to hide for their not great offense at times. But then there's also days that they can just shoot the lights out of the gym. So like it's just not consistent. Nothing is consistent. And I don't know how you're going to be able to compete with this Aces team if you don't feel like playing consistently. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Honestly, I can't imagine Portland being in this game other than the Aces just have some horrible, terrible defensive day and Portland's shooting lights out the gym for the day. Like, that's the only way that I think they're in it.
I don't trust the Fire defensively to get stops against this team. So that kind of just sets it up for potential pain because I don't like. Do you think they have anybody that can guard Asia Wilson? I don't.
Nope.
Do you think they have anybody that can guard like even Gray or anybody else in this team? I don't. So
Nope.
I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're the Fire. You just hope that your centers hit some threes. You hope that Carla can have a monster game. But the Aces are just so much better if you just go position by position. It's the Aces against an expansion team. So obviously the Aces are better at every position. So I think the Aces probably like win, but it's a lot of points on the road for a good home environment. But I think the Aces, if they are even somewhat engaged defensively, they can easily win this game by 15.
And so the Aces' problem is going to be the fact that they suck at guarding on the perimeter. They are very, very bad. Opponents shoot the three ball very well against them. And I mean, that's primarily like consistently where they're getting their points from for the Fire. The Fire are putting up a bunch of threes and they're saying, all right, we're going to hit these threes today and we're going to find ourselves in the game. I just don't know if that's consistent over 4 quarters. Maybe they have their moments. Maybe it's a little bit of a run early, but I just think that the Aces offense is going to come a lot cleaner and you're really going to be threes hunting. If you like the Fire, just go ahead and, tack on a couple of players' threes to go with it, because I'm pretty sure that's how they win the game or cover the game, is because they just had some unreal shooting day from three, because the Aces 3-point defense freaking sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
On the other end, though, Asia might walk into 32 and 15. So
Easily. Well, should at least. All right. Oh, total's at 173.5.
I got to go over.
Yeah.
Like the Aces might get to 90 and change. You might see the Fire actually hit some 3-pointers. There's a couple ways to go over.
Just start firing them. They're going to just start chucking them, and they'll hit them. Because everybody hits their threes against the Aces.
Yeah.
All right. Lock, dog. Underdog. Lock. Do I want to have any more extra money on the Dream? Potentially. Potentially. So for my lock, I will have to search around actually and see if I can find the actual number for this because I'm going to give out a team total. Okay, can't find it like that. So let's see here. Can I get action down on a team total already? Or are you going to make me pivot? No. All right. Oh. Okay, I don't have action on team totals yet. Fine, I guess I'll lay 4.5 with Dallas. Mercury do really suck. I really would have preferred the Wings team total over. And that's probably going to be the larger bet that I have in this game. But I'll put money down on Dallas laying 4.5. I really do think that the Mercury defensively just can't stop Dallas at all. And yeah, AT and Cleocopper could actually go out there and score, but I just don't think that they have enough to be able to keep it anywhere close. Like at least this Scott was right. It probably is a double-digit win. So I'll go with Wings, laying 4.5. For my dog. Didn't you just had 17 rebounds? I'll take Angel 14 rebounds at plus 144. She's going against the Liberty.
All right. For my lock, I'm going with the Dream minus the. You said 2.5 was the line you saw? That was the best one?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll go with the 2.5. The fact that Sabrina's confirmed out is really all that I needed. I like the Dream anyway, but they're at home. I think that they really match up well
it's up to
against
3.5 now. Sorry.
So it is 3.5. That's what I thought. I'll lay the 3.5. I think the Liberty hang in there, but I still don't really trust them because they haven't beaten a good team all season. We're lower in Indiana. They trailed for a decent portion of that game. Then they kind of dominated the fourth quarter. But we saw Clark and Boston play pretty terribly in that game. I just think Atlanta has enough firepower to take advantage of a shorthanded Liberty team because we know how important Sabrina is to this team. I think Atlanta at home, though, we picked them to win the Commissioner's Cup. I'm not going to pivot now. Give me Atlanta minus 3.5 as my lock for the show at minus 110. For my dog, give me the Wings alt spread minus 7.5 at plus 140. The Wings have won 7 games this season. If you exclude the season opener against the Fever, the other 6 wins have been by at least 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to win by margin. 7.5 is not a lot. They beat the Aces they covered the number against the Aces at home. Like, I think that they can definitely score enough points to beat up on a Mercury team that can't guard anybody. So give me the Wings minus 7.5 at plus 140.
All right. A lot of action on the Wings. Underdog. Well, can I? Let's see.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we have enough. I mean, worst case is we could always build the underdog with the Wednesday games because we have no other alternative. We could always do that.
No, it's a bunch of options.
I assume there would be.
Wow, it's like so many options. I don't even know where to start.
Okay. Well, for matchup wise, we're gonna like somebody on the Wings.
Well, yeah.
So who do you want to go for? Paige, Enrique?
I could do a Page points and assists at 24.5. Doesn't sound bad.
Okay.
Enrique, I would just take like points. 15.5. That's actually like doesn't sound bad at all. She could inefficiently get to like 18.
Okay, well, I do like the Page points and assists, so I'm completely fine with that.
Okay.
So that's 1.
Page points and assists higher. Yeah, I'm
Did you
pretty
want
sure.
the Angel rebounds? Because I like the Angel rebounds if you want to.
I was going Asia. Oh, I
Okay.
was going very chalk at Asia, 26.5 higher.
Yeah, I'm in for that too. If she's listed, I'm not sure if she is.
Or should we go PR?
Is Asia listed?
Yes, at 26.5.
Then we'll go PR because I don't know if the Fire can actually rebound the ball.
36.5.
Sure, I'll go higher on
Okay.
that.
Higher. Okay, so let's take the points off. And then, okay, we need another play.
I mean, did you want just Angel rebounds? Do you want Alicia Gray? Do you want something in that game? I mean, we could do something with Indiana if we think that they're just going to score a bunch of points against Chicago. Like, did you want Kelsey?
I could do the Reese rebounds. I could always play Kelsey Mitchell, honestly. Because, like, who's guarding Kelsey Mitchell, actually?
Yeah.
Is that 18.5? What?
That's pretty low. We can go with the higher on that.
Why?
I mean, we think Indiana might push 90, so I'm fine for Mitchell to have 19 plus points.
I don't understand why she has a higher prop than Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell walks into 20 almost every night.
Yeah.
All right. Kelsey Mitchell higher 18.5 points. Paige Beckers higher 24.5 points and assists. Asia Wilson higher 36.5 points and rebounds. 5.43x. $100 gets you $543 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Scott, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
Not really. A fun show. Looking forward to seeing how the Commissioner's Cup games finish up, but it's been a fun competition. Hopefully the games deliver.
Yep. And because the Knicks got mushed by, I mean, it just sucks, man. He just sucks. He sucks at everything. He mushed the Knicks. Now, because that happened, the mayor of New York is like, oh, wait, let's just not have people in front of the game at all. Ever.
I'm going to ask you, though, are
Pooper.
all things forgiven if the Knicks end up winning the series? Or is the damage done already? Like, if they end up winning, let's just say in 6, and they close it out in MSG, is all good? Just in hindsight?
No, I prefer them do it in 5.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, but I would like to get. We'll see when it happens. We'll see how I feel when it happens, Scott.
And we're by the way,
I could feel, I could be. Oh, dude, the levels of and also I can't even buy alcohol. I want to buy alcohol so that I can get incredibly drunk when the Knicks win.
Why, you lost your fake ID?
No, I just don't want to mush them anymore because the mushing has happened. He completely mushed the Knicks out of Game 3. Honestly.
I think they lost Game 3 for different reasons, but that's a separate point. But it's fine.
Whatever.
Either way, I'll be at a bar watching the game tonight.
I know who I'm blaming.
I'll be at a bar. I'll be watching the game. And speaking of the NBA, we're going to be doing the NBA show tomorrow. So
yes, and then, but I said all of that to say, because the Knicks will not be having a parade because that man mushed the Knicks, we'll probably be back here on Friday with a WNBA episode. So with that, he's at Reichel Radio. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and a 5-star rating and review wherever you get WNBA Gambling Podcast. And with that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast. Just going to